5 seconds. Start. India's Road Safety Month launched on January 18 as an extended form of the annual Road Safety Week for greater impact has concluded with a bus accident in Madhya Pradesh that has claimed 51 lives. The victims, including many young people reportedly traveling to Santa and Rewa to take a government recruitment examination, were trapped within the bus as it plunged into a swollen canal. One of many ghastly mishaps that have occurred after the COVID 19 lockdown. It lends grist to the view that the country with the world's worst record on road safety cannot get its act together anytime soon. India has, according to the just released World Bank commissioned report, traffic crash injuries and disabilities 1% of the world's vehicles, but 11% of all road accident deaths. The Union Transport Ministry put the number of deaths in 2019 at 1,51,113 and injured at 4,51,361. Those who suffer the most are from low income households, especially in rural areas, and women bear the long term financial and psychological impact of the losses more, such as cringe-worthy performance affecting the fundamental right to life of the average citizen, should have led to intensive measures and a determined campaign to end the carnage. But the center and the states are evidently prepared to take only incremental steps. In the wake of this bus mishap, the intermediate response has been to order a magisterial inquiry, which is no substitute for a technical investigation conducted by safety experts. Union Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari has actively campaigned for road safety, and the Motor Vehicles Amendment Act of 2019 has provisions that aim to bring about change. But most states have been lukewarm towards hard steps to bring order to roads, viewing zero tolerance rule enforcement through the lens of populism. This is reflected in the spate of accidents in India's highways, which witnessed 61% of deaths from just 5% of all accidents as per 2019 data. The center must now set a timeline to operationalize the National Road Safety Board, for which draft rules were circulated in December last year, to lay down injury standards and complaints procedure that will help citizens hold states to account. Transport departments continue to take an indulgent view of rule violations. Political parties and others fix illegal flag poles and spares on car bonnets and metal contraptions to SUV bumpers which are deadly in an accident. Even with high political will, and there is no evidence this is present in all the states. Ending the silent pandemic of accidents will need education, civil society, cooperation, and professional policing. Meeting the SDGs, transport and reduced road deaths and injuries will need actions that go beyond pious declarations. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has stressed that Budget 2021-22 raises resources to push the economy without increased taxation. However, one change to the income tax law proposed in the Finance Bill 2021 has triggered anxieties for the salaried classes. Withdrawing tax exemption on interest rate accrued into provident fund accounts arising out of employee contributions exceeding 2.5 lakh in a previous year in that fund on or after April 1, 2021. The rationale: some employees are contributing huge amounts into their PF accounts and getting tax-free incomes. Subsequently, the Revenue Department has pointed out the tax only affect a small group of high net worth individuals. HNIs, the 100 largest employees' PF accounts, had a combined balance of over rupees 2000 crore. It can be no one's case that a social security scheme for formal sector workers should become an investment haven for the well-heeled corporate top brass. However, the threshold proposed to exclude the so-called HNIs appears low, as it would end up partially taxing PF income for even those putting away 2021 a month towards their retirement. Hardly a typical HNI, given it may take the several decades to attain a 1 crore rupees PF balance.